Well, greetings. I'm Pastor Milton Ryan Jr., and this is your Midday Motivation. I want to go right back into something we've been talking about, and that is kingdom alignment. 2020, we're in the year 2020, and we want to see things the way God sees them. In Proverbs 14 and 12, it simply tells us that there is a way that seemeth right unto man, but at the end, it's death. When we flip over to Hebrews chapter 14, verse number 6, it tells us, and without faith, it is impossible to please God. So we can shout, we can dance, listen at this, we can speak and talk, we can even give, but if we don't have faith, we're really not pleasing God. Now, I submit to you very humbly, it takes faith to give during a crisis. It takes faith to shout. Sometimes it takes faith to pray, because you've got to trust and know that God is who he is, and he's going to do what he said he would do. If the scripture is correct in Proverbs that there is a way that seemeth right, as I've stated before, there has to be a way that is wrong, and then there's a way that lines up with what God's will is for our life. And might I suggest to us that it's during crisis that we find out where our convictions are. I want to say that again. It's during crisis that we find out what our convictions are. So here's a kingdom nugget I want you to chew on. And that is, conviction is often a result of crisis. Convictions are often a result of crisis. You don't know the power of God in your life in a particular area until you run into a crisis. You don't know what's on the inside until a crisis comes up. Now, the problem with crisis belief is all over the city, all over the state, all over the nation, whenever there's a crisis, usually people go in massive droves to the house of God because they're looking for answers, looking for safety. The problem with crisis belief is God has to allow or send crisis in our life to keep us there. And that's not the will of God. He wants us to trust him, take the word for face value, and he wants to develop us so that even when there's no crisis, we have some word inside of us that we can stand on, because he sees the crisis coming. He sees danger coming, and he prepares us before crisis season arrives. The only reason we're still sane, the only reason you're still in your right mind is because of the word that was deposited into your life. Whether in Sunday school, whether in YPWW, BTU, UTB, no matter what it was, Wednesday night Bible study. The reason you're still alive and sane is because the word that was deposited on Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whatever day you went to service, whatever day you was a part of a small group, it was those nuggets that spoke to you, that helped you. And that's why you're still alive, which lets me know that you don't need a crisis in order to be who you're supposed to be, because you've got word on the inside. James tells us, my brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptation. Notice the wording. He did say if you fall, because all of us are going to have our temptations. All of us will have our trials. Don't think you're by yourself. But when you've got word on the inside, you can do what James said, and that is count it all joy, because you understand the same God that got you out of the last trial has the same power to get you out of this one. And not only that, before the temptation came, he had already prepared you. I just want to let you know, when you see things the way God sees them, it helps you navigate through any area in your life. And you can tell the devil, give me your best shot, because I've been rooted and grounded, and my vision is in alignment with God. I love you. I'm praying for you. And I believe that this is going to be one of the best days of your life. Keep your focus. Keep looking at what God is doing and not what the enemy is creating. I'm Pastor Milton Ryan Jr. This has been your Midday Motivation. Let's keep building.